What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, just another PokeTuber, coach of your Piedmont Triad Kickers, coming at you today with week 2 of the PBA, the Paldea Battle Academy. We are taking on Twisted Games, coach of the Chicago Boltunds, who I'm kind of surprised is the first time we've ever played each other, considering the fact that I want to say we've been in like 4 or 5 different leagues together. We just never had a chance to play each other, because I know we were in SPDA together. We were. I want to say he was in SDA, but maybe we were in different divisions. I can't remember. Pretty sure we were in. Oh, actually, I know we are in MDL together, and I want to say he was in PPL NX. I could be wrong about the last one, but the first 3 leagues, I'm pretty confident I saw him in those leagues. And here we are in PBA together, and we're finally battling. Um, yeah, taking on Twisted Games, who has a rather twisted team, which consists of, so the first round pick was Greninja, which I think is a very solid pick, honestly. Keldeo, you better think Twisted, because boy, if Greninja made it back to me, I might have got Greninja, but of course, Greninja ain't gonna make it back to you when you're number 8 in the draft. But anyway, he has Greninja, Cnderace, Jirachi, Iron Hands, Ogerpon Hearthflame, Terra Captain Potential in the Diancie. We have the Blastoids, Terra Captain Potential in Gengar, Haxorus, and then the mascots Poochyena and Cottonee, who, I mean, they can Terra, but I highly doubt they come to the game. They're just here to be mascots. The Piedmont Triad Kickers would have drafted some mascots if, certain snipes ain't happened. But well, it is what it is. So, I believe he's going to bring Greninja, Landorus, Jirachi. And then I also think he's going to bring. I don't know. So okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? I feel like any combination of the first 8 Pokemon could come. I highly doubt Haxorus comes. We have a Serena, we have a Sylveon, we have a Flygon, we have a we have a freaking what's this thing called? Well, does Mold Breaker bypass Fluffy? Yeah, I never figured that out. I wonder if Mold Breaker bypasses Fluffy. If Mold Breaker bypasses Fluffy, then okay, Houndstone ain't as big of a check to it as I thought it was. But if it doesn't, you guys get the idea. We have several ways to deal with Haxorus. Obviously, I don't think Poochyena or Cottonee are coming. I'm pretty sure they're just here for decorations, if nothing else. I don't think the freaking between his Terra Captains, I feel like he could bring either one. I don't know if he brings both though. And out of the first 8, I feel like Ogerpon is the least likely to come, but I can still see it potentially coming. The reason why I don't think it's coming, well, we have a gunk-shotting Cinderace. We have a Muck who is just ready to punch you in the face with a poison, just ready to jab you. We have Terra Flygon in particular, who gets Stone Edge. Uh, I mean, freaking Thunderous gets Sludge. There's a lot of ways to hate Ogerpon. I don't think it's coming. Um, but I mean, gotta account for it anyway, right? Uh, he has to bring Blastoids. So Greninja, Landorus, Jirachi, and Blastoids absolutely have to come. Greninja's as fast as mine. Landorus is really good for Cinderace in particular, who honestly looks really good into his team. Jirachi could be good for like Sylveon, Keldeo, maybe even Serena, because we can kind of only hit you with knockoff. Um, and the last 2, I could see Iron Hands coming because Iron Hands is Iron Hands. Gengar could come. It is like a really good Terra Captain, and it outspeeds my whole team outside of Cinderace. And then Diancie in general is a good captain, so I can see it coming as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But I absolutely don't think Haxorus, Poochyena, or Cottonee are coming, and I think Ogerpon has the weakest case for coming out of the first 8. So it's really just 7 Mons. It's just which Mons he going to leave at home. So to combat this team, first and foremost, we decided we're going to bring Peter Parker the Spite Ops because his only spinner is Blastoid. So we have, well, let me rephrase that. His only remover of hazards in general is Blastoid, so we can take advantage of that. We have Focus Sash for our item, Insomnia for our ability, not that it really matters, Max HP, 4 defense, Max Spadef, Careful Nature with Sticky Web, Spike, Circle Throw, and U-Turn. The mons that threaten me the most would kind of be his special attackers. I'm not really worried about the physical attackers because Landorus can only Stone Edge or Smackdown on us, which, I mean, Smackdown to Smackdown, Stone Edge to Stone Edge. It is what it is. Um, Iron Hands, that could be annoying, but I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, you guys get the idea. I'm mainly running the Spadef though because I'm expecting a Greninja lead. So in case I decide to lead this, we can Sticky Web safely, get some spikes up, maybe. Circle throw things out that want to get annoying, and then U-turn for pivoting. So yeah, guys, Peter Parker is here to just get hazards up, if I'm being honest. Next on the team roster is, well, the Mon is going to help us keep the hazards up. It's the one, the only Winnie Zhang, the Houndstone, who is rocking her Culper Berry this week. Fluffy for the ability, 252 HP, 4 attack, 252 defense, Impulse Nature with Nightshade, Body Press, Pain Split, and Shadow Sneak. So since I'm not bringing Bronzong, which I'm not bringing it for multiple reasons. One, there's a Greninja. Two, there's an Ogerpon potentially, and then three there's a Gengar. So I was like, Bronzong, your matchup looks kind of crappy. Not to mention that if he does decide to bring Haxorus for some reason, Mold Breaker EQ does bypass Levitate. So, we have to account for that stuff. It's just too much stuff going against Bronzong. So I decided my physical wall this week will probably have to be Winnie Zhang. Now, the downside is Earthquake isn't a contact move, so it doesn't really get reduced damage from Fluffy, but we can still take a couple of those. Nightshade is pretty spammable into his team since he doesn't have a normal type, so we can just get consistent chip on stuff. And then while doing that, we can also use Pain Split to try to stay healthy. Body Press, so here's the reason we're Cobra Berry. If Greninja's ever in front of us, it kind of has to Dark Pulse us, right? So we just go for a Body Press into a Shadow Sneak. Body Press into Shadow Sneak always kills Greninja. Body Press on its own never kills Greninja. It gets awfully close, which is why we just Shadow Sneak. But yeah, that is Winnie Zhang, mainly here to be our physical wall, if nothing else. Yeah, next on the team roster is the one, the only Hoopa Unbound, who is the main thing that's going to be benefiting from the webs, because outside of, so Landorus is the only thing that doesn't get impacted by webs because it's a flying type, so it's not making contact with the ground, obviously. But my Hoopa Unbound, who's rocking his Life Orb, Magician for the ability, 32 defense, 252 special attack, 224 speed, Modest Nature with Dark Pulse, Psychic Noise, Thunderbolt, and Gunk Shot. So we're running enough speed that we can outspeed Greninja on webs. So I don't expect Ogerpon, but in case it does come, we can Gunk Shot and one-shot it. T-Bolt should, most of the time, just straight up kill the Greninja. Actually, not most of the time. Anytime we freaking T-Bolt a Greninja, it dies. Blastoise, if it's not Spadef invested, really good chance it can die. We have Psychic Noise because, Gengar just dies. It could either Psychic Noise or Dark Pulse. If it doesn't, depending on the Terra type as well, it depends what he tears into. But we have Psychic Noise for the Diancie because I'm more worried about a setup Diancie than the straight up offensive Diancie. Because if it's setting up, it probably has Draining Kiss and not Moonblast. I'm more worried about Draining Kiss than Moonblast because Draining Kiss would be annoying. So we have Psychic Noise. Otherwise, I would have Psychic because the Iron Hands gets one-shotted by Psychic, but it doesn't get one-shotted by Psychic Noise. We have to chip it a little bit first, which is why we decided to get some spikes and stuff. But not that it chips it the most because Iron Hands is a freaking fighting type, but still. We need to use Psychic Noise. It's mainly here for the freaking Diancie. And then Dark Pulse, because of Life Orb, should always one-shot the Jirachi. Unless it's super duper Spadef. Maybe with the AV on too. We can pretty much beat anything on this team that's not Landorus, because once again, Landorus is not impacted by the webs. So the only thing it has to do is come in and U-turn on us. But at the same time, we have Winnie, who can come in on those U-turns every single time. And as soon as Landorus dies, well, yeah, Hoopa looks amazing. But yeah, that's Hoopa. Next on the team roster, we have our Terra Captain for the week, the one, the only Atlas, the Sylveon. Just a reminder, Atlas is the name for my real life dog. My Sylveon in my game is a boy, so I was like, screw it, let's name him this. So he's rocking his AV this week. Pixelate for the ability, Terra Ghost. So this is another spin blocker. 212 HP, 252 special attack, 44 Spadef, Modest Nature with Hyper Voice, Draining Kiss, Shadow Ball, and Quick Attack. So let me give you the idea behind the set. One, you're a spin blocker. Blastoise kinda doesn't 1v1 us unless it's Shell Smash, and even then, it kinda depends. So if Greninja, so his most consistent ways to hit a Terra Ghost, Sylveon would be Greninja or Gengar. If Greninja Dark pulses us and locks itself into that Dark typing, Draining Kiss into Quick Attack always kills it, and Draining Kiss will always get us back the HP we lost from the Dark Pulse. Actually, a little more than that. So yeah, it does. It's like a no risk like 1v1. And then if we're in front of Gengar, hopefully the Terra Ghost scares him into Terra Ing. Because if he terrors, the moment Gengar terrors out of that poison typing, we can just one shot it with Hyper Voice. Honestly, we're just gonna Hyper Voice it the first time, even if it hasn't terrored yet, just because, like, bro, odds are he will try to terror it. I would imagine. But yeah, this thing is mainly here to be a spin blocker, and in general, Sylveon just hits like a truck. So yeah, next on the team roster is the one, the only Keldeo, who's rocking his Choice Scarf this week, justified for his ability. Max special attack, forward Spadef, max speed, modest nature for maximum damage output, surf, sacred sword, air slash, and flip turn. Flip turn is for pivoting, air slash is so if Ogerpon is here, okay, we can just cut it up with an air slash. I highly doubt it comes, but if it does come, might as well have a move for it, right? Sacred Sword for the things we need to Sacred Sword. So I plan to lead Keldeo more than likely because I feel like Greninja is. So here's the thing: I feel like when I look at my opponent's team, his best leads are Greninja or Landorus. So if Greninja leads, we can just blow it up with a Sacred Sword. Because maybe he tries a U-turn on us for some reason. And then the freaking Landorus, well, we just kill it with a Surf. Like, it's just dead. And honestly, Surf is like stupid spammable into his team. The only things that resist it are the Haxorus, who I don't even think is coming, the Blastoids, and the Greninja. Greninja still gets two-shotted by a modest Surf, so it doesn't really switch in. Blastoid switches in, but at the same time, Blastoid does not have reliable recovery, so you only switch in for so many goddamn times. Anyway, but yeah, that is Keldeo. To me, he looks pretty strong into this team. So yeah, I'm gonna just send him in and click buttons, hopefully. Next on the team sheet, last but not least, you guys knew he was going to be here. It's the one, the only Sold Cnderace, who's rocking his heavy duty boots, Libero for the ability, 72 HP, 252 attack, 184 speed, Jolly Nature with Powerball, Gunk Shot, Sucker Punch and U-Turn. So we're speed creeping, what's that thing called? What's the little blob called? Oh, Gengar. We're speed creeping Gengar. Powerball is honestly ridiculously free into this team. Ridiculously free. So for this second move, I had a choice between Gunk Shot or High Jump Kick for the Blastoids. I chose to do Gunk Shot just because one, Gengar doesn't want to switch into me that much anyway, and it's kind of because here's the thing: his only resist to freaking Gunk Shot would be like Gengar and Jirachi. Jirachi does not want to take a Powerball. Well, I guess Landers can switch in too because ground does resist poison, but still, he doesn't want to take a Powerball either because if I burn you, it's over. U-turn for pivoting. Oh, anyway, what I was trying to get at, we're running Gunk Shot over High Jump Kick because I don't want him to read the High Jump Kick into Blastoise and just go Gengar and then we lose half our health. I don't want that. We have Sucker Punch for priority, so if like Greninja's really chip, we can just hit it. Or if I'm like, I don't know. I don't think he's going to bring a Shell Smashing Blastoise, but if he did, we could just Sucker Punch it to try to chip it down and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Sucker Punch is here for priority. So we have like 3 forms of priority this week, which is kind of cool. U-turn, already said for pivoting, and yeah. In my opinion, outside of like Blastoids, Powerball is ridiculously spammable into the team. And then yes, Diancie could come in on a Powerball, but you don't appreciate a Gunk Shot. So yeah, I've said that. I think I've said everything I needed to say about the team, so without further ado, let's get into the battle. Good luck, have fun to my opponent, Twisted Games. Hopefully this battle is a banger. Alright, so we are connected with Twisted. Twisted brought Blastoise, Jirachi, Cottony, who is Terra Fairy. I'm assuming Tailwind, Trick Room Shenanigans maybe, I'm not sure. Landorus Therian, who I have a strong feeling this thing's gonna be starved. We have the Greninja, and then we have the Diancie. So, who should we lead? I say we lead off with, I mean, I don't see why we can't just lead with Keldeo and just see like what we can get ourselves into. So good luck, have fun to my opponent, Twisted. Because his leads would either be Landorus, Greninja, or Diancie. I mean, I guess Jirachi could be a lead. If he leads Jirachi, we just flip turn out into Good question. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think he would lead Jirachi though, because Cinderace is a good lead here too. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. He leads off with Greninja. We lead off with Keldeo. So okay. I'm just going to Sacred Sword. He has to switch out here, but I'm going to Sacred Sword anyway. Maybe I should have Air Slashed, predicting the Cottony coming in, but if for some reason... Oh, Jirachi. Okay, how much damage are we doing? Not enough. So, we're going to keep our Keldeo. But here's the thing, though. This thing is probably weaker on the special side, so let's go into our... let's go into our Winnie. Let's go into our Winnie Zane. Let's see what kind of Jirachi this is. You could, I mean, I'm guessing because they're leftovers, means your support, so maybe like T-Wave, Stealth Rocks. Yeah, thought so. If anyone's gonna get goddamn, hey listen, you're slower than this whole team anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I think now we just go for a Night Slash because nothing's resisting it. Well, yeah, there's no normal type here. I don't think he had a normal type to begin with. But we go for Nightshade. When he got, you know, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm also going to assume that maybe, just maybe, that Greninja has Taunt on it. If it gets Taunt, I can't remember if it gets Taunt or not. I'm pretty sure it gets Taunt. Because he led it into... Well, I don't know. Because was he expecting the Spidoff's lead? Because if he was expecting the Spidoff's lead, that's kind of risky going Grin. Because we could have had first impression. But let's see what he decides to do. U-turn, bounces off of us. He probably goes back into Greninja. Please don't get fully parried. I'm begging you, please don't get fully parried. Because if we can hit this Nightshade... Okay, that happened. Now we have to body press. Please, 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 please don't get fully parried. You have got to be kidding me. Okay, he has these. This is going to stink because we have to deal with these. I don't want him to set up another layer though. That'll stink so much. Crap. This is what happens when you don't bring hazard removal. And I wish it was possible to get Cnderace in as a... Okay. Something I kind of have to do is just aggressively... I mean... Bro, no matter what, he's gonna get a second layer up. So I think we just have to go for a Nightshade this turn. Oh, one shot. Well, actually, no, I don't blame him for only wanting to do one. Because he probably wants to make sure we don't have, whatchamacallit on it, court change before he commits to that move. One on fours. I'm guessing this is Cnderace. Please do not get... Okay, there we go. And then I don't see why we don't just go for another one. Now, if he tries to, like, if he really commits to the hazard stat, oh my gosh. Bro, if I would have brought court change, like, dude, if I had court change, bro, this is so annoying. Like, just, oh goodness. This is very annoying. This is very annoying. We need to get chip, a lot of chip. Dude, I really should have brought court change. 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 I think we just go for another one. Just keep chipping this guy. think we just keep chipping this guy. And whoever comes in now, they're going to get chipped too, as long as we don't get paralyzed. Because boy, we can get parried. So this ain't the worst thing in the world, because as long as we can get these webs up, okay, well, we have to beat the Cnderace. If we can kill the Cnderace, okay, you should have like little to no HP. Alright, we go for another one. Because here's the thing, the longer you let this thing stay up, we're just going to keep chipping stuff. So, I mean, I'm a ghost type, sir. I'm a ghost type. Doesn't work that way. I'm a ghost type. You literally have to switch out or this thing dies right now. The choice is yours. Okay. So, Winnie is actually putting in way more work than I thought it would. Jirachi. Okay. Of course, you're paralyzed. That's just been happening. Yeah. Because Ice Shade is so indiscriminate. So here's the thing. I wish. Oh my goodness, you're so annoying. You are so annoying. Let me think. He probably goes into Cnderace, who, okay, this is going to be very risky. I don't think he stays in here, so I'm going to go into Keldeo. I feel like Cnderace or Greninja's about to come out. I feel like we're about to see Cnderace or Greninja come out. So what's about to pop? What's about to happen? Yeah, the U-turn. I really wish I had... There's two things I wish I had. Court change? Because if we had court change, we could flip all of this around. And then secondly, I wish I brought like... Well, I mean, there's a reason I didn't bring Muck, right? There's a Jirachi, there's a Ogerpon, there's a plethora of tricksters on this team that I just didn't want to deal with, so... Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Because as things stands, Cnderace can't even switch into a freaking whatchamacallit anymore. So Greninja's coming in. Okay. So we're about to go for a... Here's the thing, last time we sacred... I think we've already revealed that we're kind of, the thing. So let's go for... Okay, he tried it. He tried it. He tried it. You got a good read there. Okay. Now something that can be annoying. Well, actually no, because we know now that the Cnderace isn't started. So Keldeo gets the first kill of the game. So we know he isn't scarfed on the Lando, which is good. Blastoids. So now we go into... I want to go into you. I'm gonna go into you. I'm gonna go into you. Because as things stand now, you do not have a Shadow Ball switch in at all. So I'm gonna go into Sylveon. Preserve Keldeo a little longer. We gotta deal with these hazards, but it's part of the game, man. Part of the game. You gotta just deal with it. What does he go for? Rapid Stone? Okay. I say we just Terra and I think we Terra and Shadow Ball. Let's see. Let's go for a Shadow Ball. Let's go for a Shadow Ball. Let's go for a Shadow Ball, guys. Let's go for a Shadow Ball. I wonder what he's gonna go for. Wait, does Blastoise get knockoff? I honestly can't remember. We're gonna go for a Shadow Ball in case maybe he flip turns. I don't know. He Rapid Spun once. Okay. If he's not the he's Mirror Herb. So we go for a Shadow Ball here. Maybe we should go for a Drain Kiss or a Hyper Pulse instead. Here's the thing, does +3 Blastoids outspeed Scarfed Keldeo? So let me see something. Let me see something. Because I want to get an idea of how much chip we might need to, you know, not get swept. So how much time do we have? We have 30 seconds. Okay, cool. Blastoids. Blastoids. Are you? You are faster than Keldeo. Okay. We should go for a quick attack just to get some chip. But I say we might even live this. Bro, we should just went for another attack. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So at this point, we're gonna go into winning. And the reason we're going into winning, I want to chip this Blastoise just a little bit more. And then we go into Cnderace and Sucker Punch. Bro, you had one job. You had one job, winning. That might have costed us the game, but we're gonna see. Because I don't know if we can... Bro, I don't know if we beat this thing with Sucker Punch or not. It might kill, it might not. Like, you might be in range, but then you might not be. Please kill this thing. That's my Cnderace. I don't care if that was a crit, we needed it. That's my Cnderace. Okay. So now, let's see, Blastoise has 2 bodies, you obnoxious Pokemon. Sylveon is down, Houndstone is down. So first of all, I could just went to Cnderace and Sucker Punch and preserved my stuff, but hey, it is what it is. If you gotta make some decisions. On 4s. So we know you're not. Here's the thing, bro. We know this thing isn't Scarf. So we're gonna go for a U-turn. We're gonna U-turn out into. So you have Stealth Rock, Earthquake, U-turn. I'm gonna U-turn. I think my best switch would be... I think it is... Peter? Yeah, let's go into Peter. He's the best switch we have. If we can get these webs up, that'll be huge. That'll be huge for a significant part, like a significant amount of this team, but you know, you gotta get them up. Now the real question is, can we take a hit from it? Well, I mean, we are Spadef on this, so I want to believe we can take at least one hit. Well, not from freaking whatchamacallit. What do you call that Pokemon? the Deancey. Because I'm pretty sure Deancey outspeeds us, which is a problem. That's a problem. The fact that Deancey outspeeds us is a big problem. But in case my opponent decides they don't want to go for an attack, we're going to Sticky Web anyway. Oh, that's annoying. But it is what it is. We have to deal with it. A defense. Oh, of course you get a defense drop. Of course you get a defense raise. Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. So we're going to go into this now. We should be faster than you. Okay. We're going to go for... this thing could have... We're going to go for Psychic Noise. Now what's annoying, we got no webs up, and U-turn from no ever wants to U-turn us will kill us. So we're in a tough predicament. We're in a very tough predicament. Perhaps I should have went into Keldeo instead of Spidops, because Hoopa does look strong. It's just you're not faster than anything. That's the only problem. We should outspeed the Deancey though, and if they go for Draining Kiss this turn, they won't be able to attack us. So hopefully they Moonblast us. At least hopefully for them they Moonblast us. If they went for Draining Kiss, did you go for Draining Kiss or Moonblast? Please tell me you went for Draining Kiss. Please tell me you went for Draining Kiss. There we go. There we freaking go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And now let's go for... I mean... If I had to take a guess... Okay. If I get this read wrong, I lose, but I think we had to go for a Dark Pulse here. Crap. Can we flinch? 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 Oh, that's all good. Because the thing is, the game really just opened up for Cnderace a little bit. So, or do we want to go into Keldeo? Well, we kind of just got to go into Cnderace here, right? And we're going to go for Pyro Ball. I kind of wish I would have just gunk shot it. If I would have gunk shot it instead of trying to reach for the Wiki-Pop, I'm pretty sure this thing would be dead. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Okay, so Cnderace takes this thing down. We still have to get through Landorus and Jirachi. That's the only issue I'm facing here. Yeah, that's the only issue I'm facing here. We still have to get through all of them. You probably have the stuff on you, don't you? Nice try. Very nice try. I feel so bad I did that to Cottony, because I actually like Cottony. We're gonna go into Keldeo. Yeah, we're gonna U-turn into Keldeo. Because I feel like from here, even after an Intimidate, Cnderace should still be able to win. Okay, let's see. This is definitely a close game, though. Really close. But I think we're in range to where even if he, So now we go into Cnderace and just Pyro Ball. There's no reason in the world not to. So, let's see. Landorus beat Keldeo, and I feel like... Oh, Onesie beat Spyox. So from here... Okay. That's... This should be 3 for Cnderace as long as we connect this. Let me see something. Let me just double check. Because I feel like this is an offensive Landorus. How much is... Let me see something. Because I'm kind of curious. So... As long as we... Even if he U-turns here, we should still be able to beat him. Yeah, this shouldn't... Yeah, it shouldn't kill us. Alright, cool. So, we just... I think we locked the game. I think we locked the game. I think we locked the game. Just gotta connect this. Just gotta connect this. Just gotta connect this, and this will be 4 for Cnderace. Just gotta connect this. He can go for a Stealth Rock if he wants to, but I mean, bro, for all he knows, we're about to Pyro Ball this turn, so that's like a very risky play on his end to make. And it's actually a good thing when you go for a Pyro Ball. If he went for a Pyro Ball, now I know for sure he's a defensive Landorus instead of an offensive one, so if he went for Power Ball, probably wouldn't have killed him. But that's 4 kills for Cnderace. I'll admit there was a couple crits in there, but to be real, I remember the crits typically being stuff like... It would have done a lot of damage regardless, so I have to acknowledge the crits for what they were. But GG's to Twisted. It's the first time I've ever played them, and dang, big win. Thank you, buddy, for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace out.